Hello and welcome to our deep dive into artificial intelligence.
Great to be here.
Today, we're really zoning in on something huge, how AI is fundamentally changing cybersecurity.
Absolutely. It's moving incredibly fast.
We've got the Generative AI and Cybersecurity Research Report 2025 right here. Our goal really is to pull out the key stuff for you, show you how quickly things are evolving and, where the really important changes are happening.
Yeah, exactly. These tech reports can be dense, right?
Totally. So we'll cut through the noise, give you the clear picture.
Okay, so diving right in, the first thing that jumps out is just the market size and speed. We're talking nearly $2.45 billion globally in 2024 for generative AI and cybersecurity.
Wow, $2.45 billion already.
And that's not from a standing start. It's been growing at something like 23% annually since 2019. Pretty significant.
That is significant growth, and it's not slowing down, I take it.
Not at all. The projections are even stronger. The report expects it to hit $7.75 billion by 2029.
Okay, wait, $7.75 billion.
Yeah, that's a compound annual growth rate of like nearly 26%.
Yeah.
And looking even further out to 2034, they're projecting almost $24 billion.
24 billion. That's incredible.
Wow.
So what's fueling this? What are the big drivers here?
Well, the report breaks it down nicely. You've got the sort of historic drivers,
Right.
like the constant increase in cyber attacks, obviously. They're getting smarter, more frequent.
Right, the baseline threat.
Exactly. Plus, just the sheer amount of data out there now, the growth of cloud computing and, just general improvements in cybersecurity tech over time.
Okay, so the established stuff. What about the newer factors pushing things forward?
Yeah, looking ahead, the big things are the remote work revolution totally changed the security perimeter.
Oh, for sure.
Then there's the rising costs of data breaches. It's getting seriously expensive when things go wrong.
Mm-hmm. The financial incentive.
And really big one, the shortage of skilled cybersecurity people. AI helps bridge that gap.
That makes a lot of sense. Using AI to augment the human teams.
Precisely. But there's one potential break on this acceleration.
Oh, yeah?
The cost. Implementing these advanced AI systems isn't cheap. That initial investment can be, a bit of a hurdle for some companies.
Right, the upfront cost.
Okay.
So huge growth, clear drivers, one potential hurdle. What about the companies involved? Is it like 5 giants running the show?
Actually, no. That's one of the really interesting points in the report. It's surprisingly fragmented.
Fragmented. How so?
Well, get this. The top 10 competitors combined, they only held about 9.6% of the market in 2023.
Less than 10% for the top 10. Wow.
Yeah, it means there are tons of smaller, maybe more specialized players innovating. It's not consolidated, not yet anyway.
So who are those top players even with those small shares?
Okay, let's see. In 2023, Checkpoint Software was technically leading with 1.73%.
Okay.
Then Microsoft at 1.16%, NVIDIA, surprisingly, maybe at 1.05%.
NVIDIA, interesting. Makes sense with the hardware angle.
Exactly. Then AWS at 1.00%. Palo Alto Networks just under that at 0.92%.
Right, the usual suspects in security.
Yeah. And McAfee at 0.84%. BlackBerry through Cylance at 0.83%. Cisco at 0.78%. IBM at 0.78%. And Fortinet rounding out the top 10 at 0.59%.
So a mix of pure security vendors and the big cloud tech players. Still very much anyone's race at the top, it sounds like.
Definitely feels that way.
Okay, let's switch gears to geography. Where's all this happening? Where's the money being spent right now?
North America is the biggest piece of the pie currently. In 2024, it's about 41.68%, so just over $1 billion.
Okay, North America leading. Who's next?
Asia Pacific and Western Europe are the next largest regions. Significant markets, too.
But where's the fastest growth expected? Is it still North America?
North America is still growing fast, yeah, projected at over 26% CAGR, but Asia Pacific is actually pegged to be the fastest growing region.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, with a TAGR of around 27.5%. Eastern Europe and the Middle East are also showing really strong growth projections, just slightly behind.
So a truly global expansion, but maybe Asia Pacific is the one to really watch for acceleration.
Looks that way, yes.
All right, let's get into the specifics of how this AI is being used. The report segments by application type. What are we talking about here?
So the main buckets are things like threat detection and analysis. That's the biggest one right now.
Makes sense. Finding the bad guys?
Exactly. Then there's adversarial defense, basically using AI to fight AI attacks.
The AI arms race.
Kinda, yeah. Also, insider threat detection, network security, and then a category for, other more niche uses.
And you said threat detection and analysis is the biggest chunk.
Yeah, by a fair bit. It was about 37.5% of the market in 2024, around $922 million. It's just such a natural fit for AI's data crunching
Right.
abilities.
But which of these areas is set to grow the fastest moving forward?
Interestingly, the report points to network security.
Network security. Okay.
Yeah, projected CAGR of over 29% between 2024 and 2029 suggests AI is becoming crucial for protecting those complex, spread out networks we all rely on now.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, what about the actual components? Like, what are people buying? Hardware,
Yeah.
software,
Yeah.
services.
It's broken down into those three, yeah. Hardware, software, and services.
And the leader is?
Software, by a long shot, actually. Almost 60% of the market in 2024. That's about $1.47 billion.
So it's really about the algorithms, the platform.
It seems to be, yes. And it's not just the biggest, it's also projected to be the fastest growing component.
Ah, okay. Software leads and is pulling away.
Looks like it. Expected growth is over 27% CGR for the next 5 years.
Got it. So let's get nerdier for a second. What specific AI technologies are underneath all this? What's powering these software solutions?
Okay, yeah, the report digs into that. We're talking about things like generative adversarial networks, GANs.
Right, GANs. Those are the ones that create synthetic data, kind of.
Exactly. Two networks competing, one generating, one critiquing to make really realistic fake data. Super useful for training security models, simulating attacks.
Okay, so GANs are big. What else?
Variational autoencoders, or VAEs. Reinforcement learning, RL. Deep neural networks, DNNs. Natural language processing, NLP, for understanding text-based threats or reports. And, again, another category.
And which of those is the largest segment right now?
GANs were the biggest slice in 2024, about 29% of the tech segment.
Okay. But fastest growing. Is it GANs again?
No, actually, the report highlights reinforcement learning, RL, as the one expected to grow fastest.
Reinforcement learning. Remind me.
That's where the AI learns by trial and error, getting rewards for good decisions in a changing environment. Think of AI security systems learning to adapt defenses on the fly as threats evolve.
Ah, okay. Adaptive self-learning security.
Yeah.
That sounds powerful.
Yeah, huge potential. Projected growth is over 30% CAGR for RL in this space.
Wow. Okay, so we've covered tech, components, applications. What about the industries actually using all this? Who are the end users?
It's pretty broad, as you'd expect, but the biggest adopter by far is banking, financial services, and insurance, BFSI.
Not surprising given the stakes.
Right. They accounted for just over 30% of the market in 2024. Huge focus on protecting financial data.
Makes sense. Who else is big?
Healthcare and life sciences, government and defense, retail and e-commerce, IT and telecom, manufacturing. It touches most sectors.
And which sector is adopting this tech the fastest? Is it BFSI again?
Nope, the fastest growth is projected in healthcare and life sciences.
Healthcare. Why them specifically?
Likely due to the massive digitization of sensitive patient records, plus the really high impact if that data gets compromised. They're catching up fast, projected at nearly 31% in CAGR.
Okay, that's a key area to watch then. So looking out to 2029, if you had to pick the biggest growth opportunities in terms of dollar value added, where would they be?
The report pulls this out clearly. Biggest gain in application type. Threat detection and analysis, adding over $2 billion in annual sales by 2029.
Okay.
Biggest gain by component, software, easily. Expected to add almost $3.5 billion annually.
Wow, software's dominance continues.
Yep. By specific technology, GANs are still expected to see the biggest dollar increase, about $1.64 billion more.
Interesting. And by industry.
BFSI, the current leader, is also expected to add the most dollar value, about $1.47 billion.
And geographically.
The USA market is predicted to see the single largest gain in size, adding over $2 billion by itself.
Okay, that gives a really clear map of where the major growth is concentrated. Now, what about broader trends? How are companies adapting? What strategies are emerging?
Yeah, there are some interesting shifts. One is a focus on quantum-safe security, thinking ahead to when quantum computers might break current encryption.
Coactive, okay.
Also investing in platforms just to secure the AI models themselves, making sure the AI tools we're using are safe.
Securing the security tools, right?
Exactly. We're also seeing specific AI training for cybersecurity folks in finance, AI assistants popping up to help analysts.
Like co-pilots for security.
Sort of, yeah. Enhancing efficiency. And a big push on using Gen AI engines for better threat detection, plus trying to solve data leak issues with smarter context-aware protection.
So it's not just defense, it's also about managing the risks of AI and making security teams more effective.
Well put. And companies are reacting strategically, launching programs to build expertise, hiring specialists, and doing a lot of partnerships to bring different capabilities together.
Makes sense in such a fragmented market. Partnering up is key.
Definitely.
Okay, so wrapping all this analysis up, what are the key recommendations from the report's analyst for companies playing in this space? What should they be focusing on?
It's a pretty detailed list, but some key themes emerge. Definitely focus on real-time threat detection and getting ready for quantum.
Okay.
Absolutely secure your own AI tools. That's crucial. Tailor solutions for finance. It's the biggest market.
Right, target BFSI.
Keep pushing generative AI for better threat finding. Solve those data leak problems with contextual protection. Invest hard in network security and software solutions, especially using reinforcement learning.
That fast-growing tech.
Exactly. Expand geographically, look at emerging markets, but keep focus on developed ones too. Price competitively. Keep up B2C promotions if relevant. Show up at trade shows.
Standard market practices.
Yeah. But importantly, they also single out healthcare and life sciences as a major growth area to target.
Okay, so focus on key tech like RL, key sectors like BFSI and healthcare, key applications like threat detection, and ensure your own house is in order regarding AI security.
That's a pretty good summary, yeah. It covers both the tech innovation and the smart market moves.
This has been, well, genuinely fascinating, a really good deep dive into that report. It's crystal clear AI isn't just hype in cybersecurity anymore.
No, it's real, it's here, and it's reshaping everything about digital defense.
What really strikes me, thinking about all this, is that continuous cycle you mentioned earlier. Threats get smarter, AI defenses get smarter, which probably pushes attackers to get even smarter.
Exactly. It's this constant escalation, this interplay between offense and defense, all accelerated by AI. It's something we'll be watching for years.
Huh.
How does that balance keep shifting?
A really interesting thought to leave with. How does that digital arms race play out?
Precisely.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into AI and cybersecurity. We hope you found it insightful.
Hope it was useful.
See you next time.